applications for jobs working part-time. The product of you is politics and war crimes. Federation and government propagandas. Control the mind of the people, this shit's bananas. True knowledge of self, harder now to manage. President is retarded, I can't stand him. The people usually let their hand go. Now everybody gripping like Rambo. Never tripping off a sandbo. Frontin' in the blue rented Lambo. Easy to go toe for toe. Beefing and go blow for blow. Them people came for the show. No one afraid of death till they hear. I'm just standing on my square. We everywhere, you ain't never there. All this shit you poppin', dog, I ain't never care. Walking in the shoe size you ain't never wear. Shoe fly, sweaters over there. Everything a blue, high potent in the air. Why you so cool? I don't know, it ain't fair. New poop power and for you, yeah.
Broadcasting from the bottom. Niggas rather be killers than a doctor. In the field with the choppers. Rather war with they own instead of prosper. Shit, I was there once too. Played every corner from the sun to the moon. If it was about $1, I was down to make a move. Not going find a thing, I'm just here to speak the truth, huh? It's not the way, young ninja. They putting us in graves, my ninja. Be safe, my ninja. It's not the way to be a slave, my ninja. Nah, it's time to set the bar. Believe in yourself to go far. No reason doubt who you are. I love to call all my brothers son, cause they shine like one.
I'm just standing on my square. We everywhere, you ain't never there. All this shit you poppin', dog, I ain't never care. Walking in the shoe size you ain't never wear. Shoe fly, sweaters over there. Everything a blue, high potent in the air. Why you so cool? I don't know, it ain't fair. New poop power and for you, yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing this evening? This is AMPspirationTTV, and I am your host, the Plump Queen. Well, it is Wednesday, Woden's Day in the middle of the week. And of course, you guys have been at work. Y'all been doing the hustle and bustle. So I appreciate y'all giving me y'all's time and energy so I can inspire y'all tonight to get through the rest of the week. Well, tonight's topic is about relationships. Really don't tend to not try to get too deep into relationships, too tough. There's a million different blogs and, people out there talking about romance and things. But once in a while when I come across, something that I, feel is important and some good information, I like to share. So I saw a video by Yada. All you guys know him. The health guru of our time, as they call him, the baby Dr. Sabi. Now, a lot of people don't like, his views and how he does things, but the brother absolutely drops, jewels. He's somebody that I absolutely listen to. Hey, Chanel, appreciate you being here. So he had this 15-minute video that I watched the other day, and he made some very great points about relationships. So regardless of who you are, what your religion is, your background, all of that, at the end of the day, we're still people, and our relationships are based on how we relate to one another. Now, what we do is, in this day and age, we meet people, we see somebody, we go by our eyes, we see somebody that we're attracted to, and we look and we use that as we like them, when in fact we're just attracted to them. So you don't know them yet to like them. You like what you see. So what we tend to do is we go out on a couple of dates. We meet each other's representative. This is something that I have said before. When you meet somebody and when you are going, to meet someone, they're bringing their best person and you're bringing your best person. You're not bringing your problems. You're not bringing your flaws or any of that to the table on your first date. You are putting your best you out there minus everything else. So when you're meeting somebody, you are meeting their representative. Okay? So we date, and dating turns into sex. Dating and sex is in the same thing. So we have sex with this person. Now, men, y'all tend to have this thing where y'all get to have sex and you don't really get your emotions, wrapped up in it. You can, do that and with no emotion. But as females, we tend to catch feelings. When we give our bodies to you all, no matter how hard not to, there's always exceptions to the rule. Let me put this out there. There's always exceptions to the rule. People, not everybody falls under the mold. Your life experiences, the things that you've been through can change, certain things. But overall, the majority, the essence of women, our bodies is connected to our hearts. So when we have sex with you and we're giving our bodies to you, is because we've honestly chosen you forever. You are man. You're the person that we want. So that's why we're giving you our bodies. Okay. The thing about this is our problem. We have sex with people that we don't know. I'm sorry, you going out to eat, every weekend and going to the movies and stuff, that's not enough to say that you know somebody. We really take relationships too willy-nilly. We really don't understand the energy, that we give off to one another and how crucial, that is to our well-being. And in Yada's case, what he says is health, because he says that, relationships is a major role in our health. And that is very true. This is where your depression comes from. And, a lot of people, when they're depressed, they start to eat. This is where you get your weight. See, all of that stuff is connected. So you have to have it in your mind, that your relationship, the relationships that you get yourselves into, they play a major role in your health. I always talk about health full spectrum. We always think about herbs and diets and food and stuff like that, but your mental and your emotional health is connected to all of that. So pretty much the basis of what he was saying is we need to start getting to know the people that we let into our lives. You need to understand the person that you're trying to be with. That's the only way that you will be able to love them. You can't love people the way that you want to. Every man is different. Every woman is different. So you can't love them the same. And the only way to know how to do that is if you get to know them. Majority of the relationships that we're in right now, you wouldn't be in if you actually knew the person beforehand. If you knew that the woman that you were with had, expensive spending habits. This is before you gave her the D. Y'all done moved in together and all that. If you'd have known that she has to have, this type of, this type of lifestyle. If you knew that, you probably wouldn't have, wouldn't have hit it. If you knew that this dude wasn't good with money. As soon as he get $1 in his hand, he got to go and spend it. He doesn't know how to hold on to it. He invests in things, that don't make sense. How many of us are married to somebody like that right now? That's because you married them not knowing this information. We have this thing that we allow, we think we're each other's possessions. Is another point that he made. He said it several times. We are not possessions. You do not possess anybody. I don't care how long you've been married to them. I don't care what this government told you, what that piece of paper tells you. You do not own or possess anyone. Everybody is their own individual. And you are blessed for that person to give you them, to share themselves with you in a time and space. It's a choice. You do not own this person, now that y'all decided, to jump the broom. This is why a lot of people are in relationships that they don't need to be in and don't want to be in. And feel like they can't get out of it because you have this in your mind. Okay, we married. It's till death do us part. So that means I own you now. You're mine. Can't nobody else have you. Wrong. I don't care who you are. I don't care the type of person that you are. People stay and are where they want to be. It has nothing to do with being told. or being obligated. Promise you. Because if that was the case, there wouldn't be divorce. And it wouldn't be at an all-time high. We are not possessions. Men, y'all do this a lot more than we do. We don't have to be married to y'all for y'all to think that we are your possession. As a matter of fact, as soon as you hit it once, you automatically assume that we belong to you. No, we don't. If you have a woman in your space, you know what I'm saying, you are blessed for her to give you her energy, for her to share her body with you, her resources, her love, her support. Vice versa. Ladies, it is a privilege. It's all the stigmas that we have about how ain't enough men out there. They either gay or in jail or whatever. All, you know what I'm saying, all that is stacked up against us. And I understand this is why we are so possessive over our man, because we have this in our mind. They outnumber us. It's not enough. It's a shortage. So when you snatch one, you got to keep it. You can't let none of these hoes get to them. No. That's not how that works. I'm sorry. This is why when you get into a relationship, and I've said this several times, you need to be in that relationship because that is where you want to be. Because the both of you want to be there. Y'all want to grow. You want to make some, you know what I'm saying? You guys want to intertwine your lives and, you know what I'm saying, become a success together. It's a choice. Okay? It's not mandatory. There is no, you know what I'm saying, it says in the vows till death do us part, but that's not true. It's not. If we took a different approach on how we see these relationships, there will be less heartache. It'll be less of that. There will be less cheating. There would be no cheating. There will be no need to, because everybody will be where they want to be. And the only way to do that is to know who you're with. This is why people can be married for years and years and years and years, and then all of a sudden their spouse flips on them. Found out that your whole marriage, your whole life was a lie, because you didn't get to know the person that you're with. And this is a generational cycle. We've learned this from our parents. Our parents learned this from their parents, and so on and so forth. That's how that works. So now we have to break that. You got to. That is the only way that our relationships are going to be better. We have to start knowing who we are with. And it takes more than months. It sometimes takes years to truly know a person. Because aren't we all changing? Isn't change the only constant? Aren't we supposed to grow? So the person that I was in my teens, I'm not that person anymore. The person I was in my 20s, I'm not that person anymore. I'm 33 now. I am not going to be the same plump queen Tamaray when I'm 40. I'm going to grow. I'm going to be better. So the person that I'm with, or the person that I want to be with, you know what I'm saying, has to know that this is my growth. And they're supposed to grow with me. And if they don't, then I have to change, you know what I'm saying, how we relate to one another. Because I can't stagnate myself just like another person can. People come into your life for a reason. Some are for a lifetime, some are for a season. And we have to choose, choose wisely. You really need to pick. Y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all so wrapped up in marriage, but yet y'all don't respect it. You don't do what you're supposed to do to actually get that. Like back in the days, there was a process. You know, we completely skipped the courting. That was important. Don't you know the courting, you know, that was them getting to know each other. This is learning each other's nuances and what they like and what they don't like to even see if this is a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Forever is a long ass time. Forever, ever. That's a long time. And how can you make a decision like that? On the fly, off emotions, just because you had sex with this person and it was good and they talked nice to you and you know what I'm saying, they gave you a couple of dollars. That's not enough information to build your life on. Would you do that with your business? Think about that. That's something, another point that he made. You know what I'm saying? When we get into relationships, and I have to find, I guess, a balanced way to say this, because, you know, your relationships you shouldn't relate to one another in a business like if you're romantic. You know, there's supposed to be chemistry there. You're supposed to, you know, be love and, you know, mushy gushy. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be emotions in that. It's not supposed to be cut and dry. But at the same time, in choosing your partner, that's how you need to see it. This is your business partner. This is somebody that you're going to be blending your money in together. Y'all are going to be mixing DNA and making children. That person needs to be on point. If you were running a company, people gotta, you know, they have to apply. They have to be qualified for the job. Or you know what I'm saying, whatever position that you're putting them in. That goes the same for being in the position of loving you and being, you know what I'm saying, your partner. We do, you know what I'm saying, we do this too willy-nilly. It's too easy. We don't see, and it makes me feel like you don't really see our value. Because if you valued yourself, you're not just going to give yourself or want just anybody around you. Think about all of these, you know, exclusive VIP clubs and things of that nature. Not just anybody can get in. So why can just anybody get in to your heart and to your mind and to your bed? We have to be more selective. And also not just, you know what I'm saying, for yourself, for the other person. This is why you need to get to know the people that you're with. Because are you qualified to love the person that you want? Are you capable of doing that? You might have the greatest intentions, but that doesn't mean that you're qualified to do it. There are people out here that have gone through a lot of stuff. And if you're not a strong individual, you may not be able to deal with what comes along with them. You're not going to know that until you get to know them. And if you've already established, you know what I'm saying, an emotional attachment to them, it's going to be harder. And you could be doing more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? We sometimes put ourselves in situations that we don't need to be in relationships that we don't need to be in. And we do that just to save face. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women do this. We put in time and money and energy into men for years and years and years and years and years. And because we look at that as an investment. You don't want nobody else to reap the benefits of you putting in your energy into this man or your money on his come up. See, if you were doing all of that for the come up, that's why you ain't get in the first place. Anything that you do for a person is supposed to be for them, not for you. So if you think that you getting a man and molding him and, you know what I'm saying, trying to build a nigga, that's not how that work either. That's why a lot of women go through that. You know what I'm saying? They go through the trenches with these men, but you got an ulterior motive outside of just his success. You thinking about your own success too. But when you're with somebody, you're supposed to love them for them. You're supposed to want them to prosper regardless of y'all, together or not. Like anything that I personally do for anybody or try to push them, I'm not looking for a return in that. You know what I'm saying? That's my due diligence to help. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need somebody to help me one day to get me where I need to go. And I would not want them to just bank on mindset, you know what I'm saying, for their help for me to now have to carry them when that maybe not what they, you know what I'm saying, they're supposed to. It's not how that works. But this is how we're trained. And this goes for everybody. I've done it. I promise you. But these are the things that we need to change. Relationships, you know what I'm saying? The person that you're in a relationship with, that's your business partner. Think like that. I saw another video as well where there's a woman that was talking about this. She said why she didn't marry for love. And the way it sounded a little off, but I wanted to listen to what she had to say. And she was pretty much saying the same thing. You know, I went out with him. I love this guy and he is great, but, you know, is he good with money? You know, what is his goals? You know, I want to, you know, I want to have children this time. I want to do this, that, and the third. Is this something that he wants? She had she has a podcast. That's what she does. She gives out information. You know what I'm saying? Well, I have to, I have to dedicate a lot of time to this podcast and to giving out this information and things of that nature. Is he willing to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Is he willing to support that? How, can he help me facilitate that? What does he have going on in his life or his goals? You know what I'm saying? How do I fit into that? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, like, perfect example. A lot of women, y'all get with these lawyers and doctors, these men who, have these businesses where it takes up a lot of their time. See, you get with them for the money and for the status and because they're on point. But then once you get deep into it, what you really want is you want them to spend time with you. You want them to love you. You want them to, talk to you. And, you want them to be almost like a house husband. And it don't work that way. You signed up for a successful man. So that means you signed up for him to be busy. You can't have it both ways. And these are the mistakes that, we make, as individuals. This is why you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Know who you're dealing with. Because you can see these signs way before you get in too deep. You'll know if this man is too busy or, wouldn't be able to give you the type of time that you need depending on how y'all date. What time does he, what time does he have? How does y'all schedule going with y'all dates and, and all of that jazz? What, what's his schedule like? Is this something that you can deal with? Because remember, you're talking about forever. And you have babies with these men. So you can have that security. But then you start complaining about, well, our son or our daughter needs time. Money doesn't mean everything. They need you to be there. Okay, so then why did you have a baby by somebody who is not there all the time? Who cannot give in that time like that? Why would you do that? See, we got to start taking responsibility for the choices that we make. None of us do the real research on the folks that we deal with before we get in too deep. We are not sure if we're truly willing to deal, with who they truly are. Because you don't know who they truly are. There's a lot of us that don't even know who we are. That's another thing that we do. We haven't found ourselves. We haven't learned to love ourselves, but yet we're out seeking for someone else to do it. That in itself is a whole problem. This is why we expect happiness from our relationships, and that's not how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to be happy already. You're supposed to be two happy individuals, and y'all just put y'all's happiness together. But there is no one on this earth that can make you happy but you. It's temporary. They can temporarily bring you joy. They can buy you things. They can take your mind off your problems and all of that. But they can never make you love you. I've seen several people in relationships where they'll get with somebody and all of their problems come from when they're feeling insecure about themselves and they're expecting their significant other to either pacify them or just, they get into this funk just so they can hear somebody tell them that they love them, so they can hear that. No. I've seen several people do that, and they've lost great relationships because of that. You've pushed your partner away because no matter what they say, no matter what they do, you don't see the beauty in you. You don't see what they see. So there's nothing that they can do. If you don't love yourself, can't nobody love you either. Point blank and period. We need to get in tune with that. So please, if you're already in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to break up and, try to start over from scratch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But pay more attention to the people that you're with. Try to understand who they really are. You need to ask the hard questions. You need to find out about their childhood, how their relationship is with their mamas and their daddies. How, their outlook on family, their outlook on relationships. This is information that you need before you get in too deep. It's not like it used to be back in the days. We're not built like we was back in the days. The whole morale of everything is different. So we have to do things different. Again, we're not courting anymore. That needs to come back. You need to teach that to your kids. Stop teaching these little boys to just go off and willy-nilly and sow their royal oats. Stop teaching them that. The same, chastity that you want for your little girls, you should feel the same way about your sons. Because guess what? Their seed is important too. Just as precious as as our wombs are, so is their seed. They should not be, they should not feel like it's just okay to just fuck anything walking. We need to teach them how to have, we have to have respect for one another. You got to teach, it has to be taught. We have to teach our children different. We have to reprogram ourselves. We have to. That is the only way that there's going to be a change. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And we keep doing the same thing. We keep picking the same type of people. That's another thing. Thinking about your energy. Everybody swears up and down when they get with somebody and they do them dirty. It's not their fault. It is your fault. You choose to be around this individual. You attracted that energy. I know nobody wants to hear that when they're dealing with stuff and everybody feels like they're just the greatest person in the world. They're a good guy. They're a good girl. I have all of this to offer. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand. Because it's something about you that is attracting that. Now you need to figure out what it is. But it's not by coincidence that every man or every woman that you get with is the same. You're attracting that. Something about them that you like. You keep picking them. You can't blame that on nobody but you. And again, if you got to know the people that you deal with, you can eliminate half of that. Because you won't even be in that situation with that person. Because you can already see the red flags. He handles this like this, and we was talking about this, and his point of view on this was just a little off. I don't see how we gonna be one accord or equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? With him feeling that way, or his perspective on life like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing. This is what you need to learn. We got to start doing that. We have to start doing that. I'm telling you, it's going to be the best for your life. It's going to save a whole lot of issues. There will be no need for, again, like I said, divorce. If you know full hand, veils all off, what you're getting yourself into. Knowing that person's demons and knowing that, okay, I know this is what this person is about. This is something about them that they may not change. Can I tolerate that? Can I deal with that forever? Do I want, to help this person, and, changing that? Is this what I want to do? We don't give ourselves, that permission to, actually make that choice. Because we dive in without knowing them. We got to stop it. We got to stop doing that. Like, honestly, like my first 2 relationships, I've only been in 3, I guess you would say official relationships. My first 2 relationships, if I'd have known those dudes, especially my first boyfriend, that shit would have never happened. I can promise you that. Never happened. But of course, my insecurities and, wanting to be with somebody and, thinking that, nobody really wants to be with me. So then when this person gave me some attention, I just ran with it. And then come to find out, he was nowhere near on my level. You know what I'm saying? Not educational wise, morals, nothing. And he was like 5 years older than me. But because of my insecurities, and instead of me truly trying to figure out who he is, instead of being focused on him being attracted to me, I could have avoided that situation. Now, I learned my lessons. You know what I'm saying? I don't regret anything. You know what I'm saying? Definitely wish him well. But that would have never happened if I, had this information. If I was aware of this now. That would have never happened. And if that would have never happened, then that would have been the catalyst for my second relationship not to happen. Because that was a rebound. Had I got to know that person, might not have been with him either. I have to take responsibility for that. I can't, now granted I've been moved on, and all of that, but, I could have avoided that. And I can't blame them for being them. They were being who they were. And my insecurities attracted that. I needed to switch. I needed to love myself. I needed to, fit in my own square. And once I did that, I attracted different. But I had to take responsibility for that. I can't spend, my whole life, you did this to me, you did that to me, I did all of this for you, because on both of my first relationships, I was doing everything. Spending money, trying to fix their old issues that ain't had nothing to do with me, stuff that they accumulated that before we got together. I was trying to fix all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I got cheated on, and I got left like this. And I'm a good woman. I'm flawed, but I am a good woman. Any man that ever comes across my path in that light, to know me is to love me. They hurt. Trust. They hurt. But this is something that I had to learn. And I had to take responsibility for that. So we need to do better. We have to make better choices. If you are not together emotionally, you should not be in a relationship. I know that probably plucks some people's feathers, but it's a fact. If you don't have yourself, you as an individual together, if you don't know who you are or where you're going in life, you shouldn't be with nobody. Because now that puts them in the position to have to try to figure that out for you. And if they can't do that because they're not you, and that can get frustrating. And then you'll start feeling some type of way about them because, they're trying to help you out, but they're not going, the way that you want to. You got your own ideas about how you want to do things and your learning curve and all of that jazz. Then it feels like, they're trying to control you and all that, but what they're really they're trying to help. And they're doing it the way that they know how. Not the way that you probably need, but they're doing it the way that they know how. This is why you need to get to know each other. You know your issues, and just like the other person knows their issues. So taking that into consideration when you get into a relationship, you know what you about, you know the problems that you have. Why would you put that on somebody? See, we get with people for selfish reasons, and that's not what relationships are supposed to be about. I tell y'all all the time, love is a service. It is something that you give. And what the energy you put out is the energy you get back. So if you give love, you're going to get love. But there's no possessions. I know this world has taught you that. I mean, yeah, we go to Mother Nature and we steal it and bottle it up and call it ours. I dig it. But that's not how that shit's supposed to roll. That only works with these companies. Only the government and the powers that be. That only works for them. That doesn't work in real life. Not when you're dealing with people. Not when you're dealing with souls. It does not work that way. So first, love yourself. Get yourself right. Know who you are. Because no one can truly know who you are if you don't. So get in tune with yourself. And then once you get in tune with yourself, you'll be able to attract what it is you really want. And you'll have the mind, to filter through all the BS. Because there's going to be some BS. You're going to come across some duds. You might have to kiss a couple of frogs before you get, before you find a prince or a princess. But we need to go into this, with logic. Start getting to know who you're with. So a lot of the times, the things that people do, again, not their fault. They just being them. Peace, 7. Appreciate you coming in and giving me your time and energy. Gotta get in tune, y'all. Relationships is major in our health. So if we can get these relationships right, we can start focusing, we can get everything else right. If we're more happy with our relationships, that's less depression. That's less stress. This will stop this will stop all your bad eating habits. Isn't that what we do, ladies? We want some chocolate. We want some chocolate ice cream with sprinkles and whatnot when we upset. Right? That's our go-to. Fellas, y'all like to drink. Go out and get you some drink or, get you some pussy. That's y'all's thing. See, it won't be no need for all of that. Get to know the people that you're with. 7, I'm going to be honest, you have just been the catalyst of this thought that just came in my mind, thinking about polygamy. This is a really big, touchy subject, but it still deals with relationships. You need to get to know the people you are with before you get with them. You need to know if the man that you with, wants multiple women. Something that you need to know. Everybody has a right to how they do things. So if that's the type of man that you're dealing with, then you need to know that. You need to be the type of woman that's okay with that, to go along with that. You can't get into no situation with a man like that and thinking that, I just got, the illest vagina walking and I'm just going to make, whatever I got going on is going to make him just be with me. Because I got the juice. No. You got juice, she got juice, she got juice too. And guess what? All y'all juices taste different. And he like all of them. That's how that goes. So we need to stop putting ourselves in positions that we don't need to be in, that we know that we can't deal with. That's one of the reasons why, in my opinion, the Nubian nation, fell. Because there were several women who just wanted to be a part of Baba, wanted to have some kind of connection with him, and thought, let me pop out some babies and let me get on with him or whatever, and I'ma be number one. That's what they thought. And then when it happened like that, this is when that downward spiral come. Now all of a sudden their feelings are hurt and I got done wrong and this is that and the dirt and blah, 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 blah. But a lot of that was a choice. You choosing to be in a situation that you wasn't equipped to be a part of. See, being in a polygamous relationship, you don't know if you can deal with that unless you actually deal with that. If you're curious, to be quite honest, you don't know what it means to truly, live that life unless you live it. Then you have babies. And this goes for both men and women. A lot of men get women pregnant, trying to keep them. Babies don't keep chicks babies don't make chicks act right. Just like babies don't make men stay. You can't control no woman now because you got her baby now. You gonna be with me forever and I get to do this, that, and the third. No. Doesn't work. Sorry. And no, ladies, you cannot trap these men. I don't even understand why women still do this. This is 2018. How many movies, how many your aunties and your grandma and whoever, how many women have to try this and fail for you to understand that shit don't work. Babies do not keep dudes. If anything, it'll make them run faster. Having a child with a man is not going to make him love you. He love his baby. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably have love for you forever because you gave birth to his child. But that is not about to make no man fall in and stay in love with you. Sorry. That's not how that works. Got to get in tune. You got to take responsibility for, for the decisions that you make. We have to start using our common sense. We really get that Romeo and Juliet, all this fairy tale, I understand that this is what has been, taught to us, but we need to reprogram how we look at relationships. Period. Like David Banner had said something very interesting that I agreed with. He said that, before he used to feel like, when he loves somebody, you're supposed to, get that reciprocation back just the same. But as he gets older, he realizes that's really not how that works. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even care now if you love him back. You know what I'm saying? If he loves you for a reason, he loves you for a reason. If, whatever energy you're bringing to him, if it suits him, then he cool with that. He's not looking, for you to give him, what you're giving him. This is something that I have to learn, that I have to master. Because I still too tend to feel like, if I, give out a certain energy, I'm expecting that back from you. And it don't be that way the majority of the time. A lot of times you get that energy from somewhere else. But it was for you to give that energy out. That was what you're supposed to do. I have to, get better with that when I'm in my feelings. I'm cool when I'm, here talking about it and things of that nature. Is real, easy to fall off the tongue. But when I'm in my feelings, it's a tad bit hard. So this is something that I have to work on. But at the end of the day, When you really, really love somebody, when you truly love somebody, it's not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, if they do this or if they're acting like this. That's not how real love works. Any person that I've ever told I love, I still love them. Now, I've changed my relationship with them and how I relate to them. You know what I'm saying? Like my other boyfriends. They could never have access to me, you know what I'm saying, the way that they used to. I cannot aid them in the way that I used to. Because we ain't there no more. But I care about them. I still have love for them. And if there is something that I can do to help their, you know what I'm saying, help them make their lives better, and I'm in a position to do that, and it doesn't compromise what I got going on, then I'm all for it. But there are limitations, there are boundaries, because we ain't there no more. So, the healthy relationships. First, understand that it's a key to your health. Have that in your mind when you're thinking about, you know what I'm saying, trying to date somebody, or, you know, wanting to, you know, talk to someone. How is this going to play on your health? If you're in a relationship with this person, how would that affect, you know what I'm saying, your overall health? Is this person going to bring me stress? Stress is the biggest killer nowadays. So is being with this person going to, you know what I'm saying, bring me stress? I have this goal and that goal, and this is what I want to do with my life. Is this person going to fit into that? What does this person got going on? How do I fit into that? Is this going to make me compromise what I got going on? See, we don't think about that either. Perfect example of that, Kevin Hart. Both him and his wife, well, his ex-wife, his first wife, the mother of his first two kids. When they got together, they were both comedians. You know what I'm saying? His ex is a comedian as well. But she got with him, she saw his potential, and she felt that it was best, you know, to push his career instead of hers. You know, she was supporting her husband, doing what she was supposed to do, right? Well, guess what? We all know the story. He made it big, and he divorced her, married somebody else, and had a kid. Now, we all feel like, oh, he did her wrong, which he did. But that's partially her fault. Because you decided to put your career on the back burner, expecting him, you know what I'm saying, to do the same for you. That's what you were expecting. You didn't have no sell face. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have yourself set up. Because you have, well, again, we feel like when we're married, it's the possessions. Well, he's mine and I'm his, so he's going, you know what I'm saying, to do this, that, and the third. And he's going to, no. Not what happened. I'm sure Kevin Hart loved her and all of that jazz. But I guarantee you it was more about, you know what I'm saying, him getting his career going than love. Guarantee you. Because if it was about love and all of that jazz, you know what I'm saying, he would still be with her. She has to take responsibility for that. You shouldn't have given up your career for his. Maybe y'all should have been a duo. The Hearts. I don't know. But you made the choice to put your career on hold, knowing that there was a possibility that, you know what I'm saying, that you can't go back to it. It's been seen before. How many times have we seen this on TV? Or heard it in the blogs? Or hear these stories about celebrities you've heard it a million times. Why don't you take that into consideration? Because everybody thinks that I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I got going on, I'm special. So they're not going to do this to me. This is not going to happen that way. No. You should always be prepared. Things change. See, he was cool because y'all were both broke. He ain't never had that kind of money. You don't know what he gonna do. It just is what it is. We have to start taking life the way it is and not the way that we want them. This is where this disappointment comes from, and this is where the issues really stem from. Because we're expecting people to be something other than what they truly are. And then once we figure out who they are, we're upset at them. But this is it. This is what you should have figured out. I don't know how long they were married to each other, prior, but she should have did some more research. It is what it is. So we got to get in tune. So to be in the right relationship, which is what's the name of the topic, you have to first love yourself. You have to be one with yourself. You can't love nobody, and can't nobody love you if you don't love you. That is a fact. I don't care who you pray to. Don't care what your religion is or not. That is a fact. You have to be right as an individual first. Then, when you are in search of a relationship, find out who you're dealing with before you have sex. I don't care if it might take you a year or two. Start having some pride and some real concern about your life. Start seeing yourself, as that Forbes 500 company. Or, that exclusive club that can't anybody get into. You need to treat yourself that way. You need to go to, do these resumes with the fine tooth comb, just like any other successful, brand. This is how they succeed. Well, you need to feel the same way about yourself. And if every individual felt that way about themselves, then everybody would find what they need. Everybody would be where they want to be. So there will be no need, you won't have to possess them or, make them stay. They'll just stay. People are going to be where they want to be. My perfect example of that is Django. Matter of fact, marriage in slavery times, period. Because in slavery times, we weren't allowed to get married legally. We didn't have the right to do that. So every marriage, every relationship back then, those people wanted to be with one another. So much so that they would go against, that they would go against, be potentially get whipped, hanged, some type of punishment. That's how much they wanted to be with each other. They didn't need no piece of paper to tell them that. They figured out a way so they can be together and to represent, their marriage or, or their union. That's why we jump over the broom. That's what that symbolizes. That was our way of officiating, the relationships that we wanted to be in. Massa didn't give us permission. Got to get in tune. So hopefully you guys, feeling what I'm saying. You ain't got to be me and do what I do. But hopefully, using some of this concept, will help, us in our relationships. Because this also, outside of romance, this goes for, the way you relate to people, period. Get to know, just like your friends. You got to get to know your friends. And isn't that what people say? You use that friend too, that friend word too lightly. You don't just, befriend people. You ain't just gonna bring some random person into your house that you don't know and just say, oh, well, he was nice. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta think that way. Your heart is precious. You know what I'm saying? To be loved by you is, is a gift. That's how you should feel. That's how I feel about myself. It is a privilege to be loved by me. It is a privilege to be in my personal space. So not just anybody can be there. Now I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? It is my duty, to serve the people, to bring inspiration and all of that good stuff. So dealing with folks is what I do. But when it comes down to being in my personal, I have learned, that not everybody deserves to be here. And the universe has made that so, has shown me and has actually eliminated people out of my life because, I didn't have the strength or the mind to do it. So I always had this thought in my mind, everybody that I come across, I have to still be their friends. If I'm not their friends anymore, we're not friends anymore, I failed some kind of way. That's how I used to feel. Like, it was a loss for me. And not to say that it's not still a loss, but I have a better way of channeling that now. I understand that everything happens for a reason. So if that person is no longer, relating to me in the same way, that's what that was supposed to be. So I can elevate and go where I need to go. That person doesn't belong where I'm going. And that's just what it is. That's not a bad or a good thing. It just is. And I appreciate the energy that you gave me when we was, when we was exchanging it. We was in the same, vortex at one point. And I appreciate that and love that. Got all the memories. But now I got to move on. It is what it is. Okay? Love yourself and really find out who it is that you love. That is the way to be in a right relationship. Well, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all giving me y'all's time and energy this evening. Make sure you hit that share button. Share, because we got to make Inspiration go viral. We will be back on Friday. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to talk about. I might talk about holidays. I had that was something that I was supposed to talk about last week. So I might talk about that, but there's something else that is my spidey sentences is just telling me that there's something else that I wanted to talk about and it's just not coming to me. But I'm going to figure it out between now and Friday. You're going to find. But either way, it's going to be inspiring. I promise. So make sure y'all come on back on Friday. And then, of course, on Saturdays, we have our Block Talk Radio where I'm going to be rehashing on all three of these topics, so you get a second chance, a second dose of inspiration. And like I always tell y'all, I always come up with something else. I might see another video, something might happen in my life that that makes me puts me in a position to add on to what I've been saying here on the live. So make sure y'all tune in on the Block Talk Radio Tribe Radio. It's Inspiration Rehash every Saturday at 3 p.m. Do tune in. So I love y'all. I'll enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you all have a good day at work on Thursday. And yeah, be inspired. Peace.